Are you looking for the perfect daily routine which is easy to follow that will make you fluent in the next 6 months? If yes, then stick with me because that's exactly what we're going to discuss today. But first, let's talk about your situation. You're doing everything you can to improve your English, but nothing seems to be working. It feels like you're going in circles. You're constantly asking yourself, am I doing the right things? If I am, then why the heck is my English not improving? I went through the exact same problem 3 years ago, but guess what? I cracked the code with a simple English study daily routine. Because once you follow a routine that you believe will work, then you don't doubt yourself and your actions anymore. That's why I created a step-by-step daily routine for myself that leveled up my English and got me to this level of fluency in just 6 months. Whether you are a student or you have a job, anyone can follow this routine because it's easy peasy. It won't take a lot of your time to follow. So this is what my daily English study routine looked like in 2020 from morning till evening. Let's begin with morning. In the morning, I would speak with my online friends. For speaking, I used a website called Fluent. I talked about it before. I would go there every morning and practice my speaking. Once I kept doing it every day for a few weeks, I made some friends there. We made a WhatsApp group. Every day we would go to Fluent and speak with each other. Normally, I would speak with them for an hour because after that I would have my breakfast and go to school. But on Sundays, I would be talking with those friends for like 3 hours. Sometimes even 4. I was a morning person back then. A morning person is someone who is very energetic in the mornings. But now I'm a night owl, I guess. I stay up late, working, making videos for you people. After I would practice my English for an hour in the morning, I would eat my breakfast and go to school. When I would return from school and have my lunch, I would either listen to a podcast episode or I would watch some YouTube videos of different English teachers. Most of the times I listened to Luke's English podcast and I learned about English from a channel called English with Lucy. By watching these 2 YouTube channels, my listening and understanding skills improved a lot. In the first month of my learning journey, I did not understand anything because I was just a beginner, but still I would listen to them. And that's the key. Some people just listen once and they say, oh, I don't understand this, so I will not listen at all. No, that's not what you should do. You should listen like I did, even if you don't understand in the beginning. As I learned more phrases, new words and expressions, my understanding skills began to improve. I would normally listen for an hour every day after lunch. When the whole listening phase would pass, then came the afternoons. In the afternoons, I focused on my writing skills. I would write an essay of 200 to 300 words every day. I would choose different topics like advantages and disadvantages of social media. I remember writing essays about the coronavirus pandemic because that was a famous topic those days. When I would finish writing an essay, I would read it a few times. I would correct my own mistakes in it. I repeated this process every single day. Wrote, read, edited, rinse and repeat. It used to take me 20 to 30 minutes to write an essay of 200 to 300 words, but now I think I'm a lot faster. The more you write, the better you get at it and the less time it takes you. So for me, the afternoon was for writing. I actually used to play volleyball before in the afternoons, but then when I decided to focus on my writing skills, I said goodbye to it and started working on my writing skills in the afternoon. The only thing that's left to do is reading. I would speak in the mornings. In the afternoons, I would write. In the noons, I would listen. And in the evenings, I would read books for 30 minutes a day. Since my childhood, I'm obsessed with reading. That's something I'm very proud of. I read a lot of non-academic books in Urdu back then. By the time I was 13, I had almost read all of the books that my dad had in his bookshelf. Anyways, in the evening I decided to read English books for 30 minutes. In that time, I would read 5 to 10 pages. It doesn't seem much, but because my vocabulary was not strong enough, so I would get lost in the text. Most of the times, I had to stop and look up words in a dictionary to really comprehend and understand the book I would be reading. In the beginning, reading English books was not exciting for me, but as I learned more and more new words, idioms, and expressions, I started to enjoy reading English books a lot more. Okay, now, how can you follow this routine? Here are some takeaways for you from today's lesson. First, do each activity for at least 30 minutes. But hey, the more, the better. 30 minutes is your starting point. Never settle for less than that, because you know the more time you dedicate to English, the faster you will become fluent. Second, be consistent. My friend, consistency is key. Consistency means doing something frequently, doing something every day or every week, committing to something. The reason most of the people spend 5 years or 10 years learning English is because they're not consistent. They practice here and there, they speak for a while today, 10 days later they might read a few paragraphs of a book and they get bored, and maybe a month or two later they might write an essay. No, that's not how you do it. Learning English is an everyday thing. If you're not showing up daily, you will not make progress. As simple as that. And that's why I followed this routine. When you have a plan, a routine to follow, it's easy to show up every day, because then that routine becomes a habit and you start doing it consistently. The third takeaway is to switch things up if you need to. You don't have to follow the exact same routine I followed, because everyone is different. You might not be a morning person like I was. You might wake up in the morning, your eyes are blurry, you can't really do anything, you can't really speak. Then don't. Instead, listen in the morning, or write, or read. It's fine. You can make changes in this routine. You can swap the activities around according to your needs. It's all about what works for you. But the important thing is to dedicate at least a solid 2 hours every day to English, 30 minutes for each task. And if you have more time, then of course aim for 4 hours a day of listening, reading, writing, and speaking all together. While I was going through my English learning journey, a problem came up, which was whenever I would watch YouTube videos, I would understand everything, even without subtitles. But then in a conversation I couldn't speak. I would get stuck all the time. People would get bored and leave. I overcame this problem by following certain steps. I shared all of those steps in this video. If you understand English but cannot speak it, click on the screen and watch this video right now. Okay, see you in the next lesson.